Hi all, welcome to my channel and nice to see you all in this video again. I'm Jose. I'm doing my first MCA at St. Francis Jesus College, Electronic City, and let's get through some of the object-oriented programming concepts in Java called interface and inheritance. As I said before, there are so many object-oriented programming concepts in Java called class, object, method, constructor, and encapsulation, abstraction, where it tells the main um, implementation where it is hidden through the coding, and inheritance to uh, of course, as the word itself says, to inherit some properties and the properties and methods of the parent and the class, parent and the child class, polymorphism, and why we use these concepts in Java is to get a better understanding to the real world concept, to improve its code reusability, and to maintain the code, to reduce the use of duplication. And let's get into the topic. Inheritance is core concepts where it allows to inherit the properties and the methods of a parent class to a subclass, and subclass can reuse the field and methods of the parent class without rewriting the code itself, without using the parent class methods. You can use the subclass so that it will be very easy to go without calling each time you call a parent class, and subclass can have its own fields and methods to modify the existing one. Its functionality is the sense, of course, with comparing to the human also, we the child can have the talent which the parent did not or cannot have. And let's understand through the example called example, very basic example, where animal is a class, and dog is a subclass, cat is a subclass, and cow is also a subclass. Yeah, as I said, animal is a base class, and where it can be called as where it can be also called as a superclass. uh, Again, coming to the subclass is that cat, dog, and a cow, where it implements both all the characteristics of an animal, where it should have a four legs, five senses, and all those things. uh, uh, implementing this program in Java, it says that using a keyword called extends. And there are types in inheritance: single inheritance, multiple inheritance, and hybrid, multi-level, and hierarchy. uh, we are not going much into all the concepts. We'll be looking into single, multiple, and multi-level inheritance, of course, and hierarchy. Single inheritance is a inheritance where a single parent and a single subclass come into a play, and as a subclass, a single subclass can inherit the properties of a parent class. So you can see the code where we have a class called vehicle, and there is a method inside in it with the parenthesis, of course, and so there is a print statement called this is a vehicle, and there is a subclass called car, and it also proceeds with the extends keyword. As I said before, extends is a keyword to inherit the properties of a parent class. That is, the methods which are present in the parent class is inherited by the subclass, and this in the subclass we have a statement to be printed called this is a vehicle, and we are running it through a main method. And while creating a main method, of course, we create an object for the main method to uh, for the implementation, and to get the desired output. Of course, this inheritance is also called as a simple inheritance, Moving on to the multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance is the sense we have mm, with comparing to today's day-to-day concept. I would like to more comparingly um, to compare with the humans always. And let's understand, like, you have a grandfather, father, and it proceeds with the son. And grandfather's properties are processed by the father, and father properties is proceeded by the son. Is the same is the same concept is applied in multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance, derived class will be inheriting a place class, and as well as the derived class. Here the derived class is um, and here the derived class is car. Okay, so car is extended by the vehicle, and it is extended by the four-wheeler vehicle, four-wheeler class also. So again, uh, the class is a vehicle, the base class is four-wheeler, and the derived class is a car, where it extends both four-wheeler and the four-wheeler where it extends from the vehicle. Here is the desired output we get using the main method. Of course, here we also have the object created to a car, and a new car is new keyword uh, to create an object in the main method. Moving on, there is a hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance is the sense where we have two parents, uh, one parent and two children. I, of course, I I felt happy that we humans compare all the things, and I usually compare Java to humans also, where it is better to understand the real world concepts. And here the main class is a vehicle, and car extends a vehicle, of course. And there is another subclass also called a bus, and bus is extending the properties of a vehicle. um, and here to get the desired output, you have to create an object for car and a bus. Since you have two child classes, we have to create one for each. And we use the extends keyword, of course, since it is a inheritance since it is a inheritance, and we have to uh, yeah, inherit the properties and the behavior of the parent classes, so we use the extends keyword. Extends must be used for all the inheritance. And moving on, let's understand what is interface. So interface is that it defines the methods of a class should be implemented without providing the full implementation. That is the senses we if we have two classes, and the third class, in the third subclass, you create a main method, and you avoid the you avoid the properties and the behavior which are there in the parent classes, and still you implement the parent the methods and the properties which are there in the parent class through the subclass. And further to this, let us understand with an example. A class must implement all the abstract methods of an interface, the same as I said before, and all the variables in the interface are public, static, and final by default. uh, of course, when it comes to an interface, the variables should be public. That is that the variables should be public, is that there should be no private variable. That is, if the variable is private, and the variable will be used only to within the method or within the flower braces which we have opened and closed through. Static and final. The variable with the final keyword will be the final, and it cannot be changed until the user changes its value. And interfaces can have a default static and private methods. Um, Private methods within the private methods are those of course which are not in public, and there are some default methods too. Of course it can I will understand through the example. As I said before, uh, multiple inheritance cannot be implemented only through the inheritance. Rather, it must be implemented through the interface concept, where land vehicle and water vehicle becomes the parent class, and here amphibious vehicle becomes the derived class or the subclass. Okay, and uh, as I said, land vehicle is a parent class where interface is a keyword, and land vehicle is a parent class which is a user defined, and we have a method uh, with a default void, and we have a statement to print that this is a land vehicle. Again we have the other parent class called interface. Again we have the parent class called interface with the interface keyword, and it is known as water vehicle. And we have a method called water information, and it should be there is a statement to be printed, that is this is a water vehicle. These are two parent classes. Okay, and there is a subclass moving further. The subclass is a user defined, where it is called as amphibious vehicle, and then it is extended by the implements keyword. Interfaces should be the interfaces should be extended by the implements keyword uh, to inherit the properties of the two parent classes. And the two parent classes are land vehicle and water vehicle, and there is a method amphibious vehicle, and we have to print the statement called amphibious vehicle. In the main method we have the object created for the amphibious vehicle, uh, and we have extracted the same object for uh, water method and the land method too. And we have the desired output, that is uh, amphibious vehicle, and this is a water vehicle, this is a land vehicle. You can see that uh, there is an implementation abstracted through this concept, where we did not see. There is a display of water vehicle, and this is a land vehicle statement before amphibious. uh, since we have inherited the same through the interface concept, the abstraction is involved through this inheritance. And let's understand some differences too. And inheritance the properties and the methods, whereas in in interfaces the classes will be implemented. And in inheritance there is a keyword called extends to inherit the properties and the methods, while interface has the keyword called implements. A class can extend only one class, and the class can implement multiple interfaces, as we seen before. uh, the in inheritance the subclass can hold only the properties and the behaviors of the parent class, or only one class. Whereas in interfaces we had an option to have a multiple classes, where in the previous slide you can see uh, we had named the parent classes called land vehicle and a water vehicle. And we have a constructor and we do not have a constructor, in the sense we had a chance to create an object inside a method, and and in interfaces, of course, we had a chance to create an object inside a main method but not in child method. And there is an example called class dog extends animal. We had the great example which I mentioned before. All the properties of an animal is extended by the dog, and uh, towards the interface we had a class dog implements animal.